Carlos Ghosn is regarded as a superstar in the automotive industry. He's the CEO of 2 car companies on different continents, Nissan in Japan and Renault in France. But in Japan, his status has a little extra gloss because he's known as the man who saved Nissan. So his entrance is quite an event for the gathered project workers. He's just jetted in from his other job at Renault, so he's a little tired.
この開発のボスはカルロス・ゴーンさんであり、僕らのなんていうんですかね。
Mr. Ghosn is a boss, and he's our parent.
親なんですよ。
This project wouldn't have existed without him. So I want him to see every step of the project, and we want to cross-check if we've achieved everything he wanted us to achieve.
本当に僕らの作ろうとしている車とゴーンさんが描いている完成された姿のとにかくクロスチェックを今日したいと。
Time for a quick change and a few laps in the GTR. First, though, a drive in the benchmark car, the Porsche 911 Turbo.
No, I prefer to do more laps with the GTR.
Okay.
So here, maybe 2 laps, and then we do 3 all
Ghosn's not going to take the wheel himself. This calls for the steady hand of the test driver.
I can get it. It's here. There it is. Yeah.
The Porsche goes wherever the GTRs go. There's always the opportunity to drive both cars for direct comparison. Two super fast laps show Ghosn how the Porsche performs.
He went at a very high speed. It was relatively well balanced, and
now it's the turn of the GTR. Will it live up to all Ghosn's hopes? After the Porsche, it's really going to have to show its mettle. Nissan's chief test driver, Toshio Suzuki, has driven Formula One, and he's got his work cut out.
yeah, thank you.
I want him to say that he wants to take this car home with him today.
Fully aware that Ghosn needs to see the GTR at its best, he decides to give him a run for his money. Especially when it comes to the car's ability to take corners at speed. The GTR can pull some 2 Gs when cornering. It's not the best thing for someone coming straight off a long-haul flight to be going through. And soon, Ghosn's going a little green at the gills. After a couple of laps, he's had enough.
Because I'm a little bit sick. Yeah. But very nice driving, yeah. You drive it very well because it goes really to the limit, then comes back. That's very good. That's a great car. I think so far the work you've done is excellent. I'm very glad. I'm very glad to see that. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's terrific driving. He developed the car with you?
He developed with me a Group C car.
It shows because he knows how to take it to the limit, and you always feel very safe in it. That's great driving.
Back to his normal color again, Ghosn calls a meeting to deliver his judgment.
I'm a little bit sorry that being jet lagged after very good driving,
ドライビングをしていただいたんですよね。2周やっていただいてもうかなりもう目が回ってしまって。
So I had to stop.
ですからちょっとそこでやめ。
I want to tell you that I'm very pleased with what you have accomplished.
皆さんらしい車になると思います。皆さんお祝いを申し上げたいと思います。
Because everything I'm seeing now
とい
is
うのは
very
今
very
日見ている
promising.
限り。
Just the reaction the team was hoping to hear. But as always with Carlos Ghosn, there's still room for improvement.
The hardest part is behind us, but I still have some work to do. My opinion is nothing compared to how the fans are gonna
receive the car. I think it will be adopted because it's, that was my reaction.
He's right, though. Final approval rests with the fans. And to persuade them, the car has to seem a worthy successor to the GTR name. Beating the Porsche in Germany will be part of it, as will capitalizing on the GTR's considerable cachet. But before any of that, the car will be thrown into the lion's den, chewed up and spat out. If it can survive that, it can survive anything. The brand new GTR, the dream of Nissan boss Carlos Ghosn, has taken shape after 5 years' work. Inside the company, there's plenty of excitement. But how will the world at large react to this new incarnation of a cult classic? Nissan is a large international corporation, so nothing much can happen without a committee. 4 days after his first test drive, Carlos Ghosn chairs a meeting at company HQ.
Okay, good morning.
The big guns have all gathered to coordinate the launch of the first GTR to be sold globally. Ghosn is flanked by project manager Katsutoshi Mizuno and by chief creative Shiro Nakamura. Representatives from the key markets, the US, Japan, and Europe are here, and it is a Brit who is running the global PR campaign. It's Simon Sproul's job to drum up excitement for the new GTR.
The enthusiasts are the ones that are going to help us create the halo over the rest of the brand. So
his first order of business is to identify the car's unique selling proposition, or USP. In PR speak.
Now, the interesting thing here is recognizing that Nissan is a mass market brand. We're not exotic or kind of esoteric like Ferrari or Porsche, but we have the technology and the passion to deliver a car that can beat the 911 Turbo.
The PR has already been very clever, releasing select tidbits to the eager public, such as the new GTR logo.
We didn't even mention the logo. We just put up an image, and yet people found it, and now they distributed it on the blogs.
Well, that's great. The fact that...
And in another unique marketing twist, Carlos Ghosn puts a ban on conventional advertising.
If I see one TV stop, it's a failure. If I see it in the magazine, it's a failure.
One of the curious ways of getting into the public eye, at least in Japan, is going to be a story in manga, that Japanese phenomenon of comics. Ghosn has already featured in manga, but a new comic will feature both him and the new GTR. Though in this world of big business, nothing is left to chance.
Who is controlling the manga story?
It's through communication.
The content.
Through communication.
You have somebody in communication really working with them.
Members of my team working
and you are supervising it.
Yes.
I mean, you know what is the story which is being built, because we don't want a story which is completely disconnected from okay.
Well, as we discussed with them previously, it's going to be a kind of human interest story wrapped around the GTR.
Well, there is always romance. If not, you will not sell it. But we need also to talk about the GTR and the facts that happen around the GTR. Yeah. I understand. I mean, I don't care about the romance. I care about the GTR. Or the romance. They will select whatever romance they want. You know, it's okay.
Okay.